Oops. Welcome to the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast, episode number 132 with just the hosts. You can find us at www.liftheavyrunlong.com, on Twitter and Instagram at liftrunlong. Also, feel free to email me directly at the address wilson@liftheavyrunlong.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. If you are not a member of our Facebook group, you should be because we want you to be there. Search for Lift Heavy Run Long Community and request to join right now. My name is Wilson Horrell. I am one of your hosts. I would like to remind you that the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast is not censored, so listen at your own risk. Lift Heavy Run Long has an app. We want you to be on it, and I'm going to tell you about it. For $3.99 a month, you can be on that app. You can be part of the Lift Heavy Run Long community. You will get 4 barbell strength exercises every week. You will get 4 WODs every week and 3 body weight strength exercises. You will have access to the greatest trainer in the world, Valerie Hunt. And you will also, I don't know what else you'll have, but for $9.99 a month, you'll have fitness all up in your face, wherever you want it. For $9.99 a month, you can have access to all of the programs that Lift Heavy Run Long has to offer. Everything from 5K programs to 100-mile programs, to Spartan race programs, triathlons, whatever it is that you're into, we probably have it. If we don't have it on this app, we're going to have it on the next one.
You want to talk about that?
We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
But I want to remind you that the goal of Lift Heavy Run Long is to bring fitness to as many people as possible, as inexpensively as possible. So if you or someone you know does not have $3.99 a month to spare and you think that fitness will enhance your life in any way, please email me at wilson@liftheavyrunlong.com. We'd be glad to add you to the app free of charge. I've got something I would like to do.
Hypotheticals?
What?
Not yet. But boy, do I have a treat there.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a treat coming up with Hypotheticals.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
But before we get into Hypotheticals, I would like for us to sing Happy Birthday to my lovely wife,
Let's do it.
whose birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, my
On the
goodness.
count of 3. 1,
Oh.
2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Amanda. Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you.
I think we did this a year ago.
I think we did too.
I think if one was so inclined to go back a year of podcasts, we
Yep.
did the same thing.
And you know what? I think I went through while we were singing and muted all of the other microphones
Except for yours?
while each person was like, I gave you a little bit on your own.
No.
And I gave,
That's
I bet
fantastic.
that was
yeah,
fantastic.
that's when a lot of time was being invested into the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast.
That's when you had fucks to give.
That was when I was putting in about 20 hours per episode of learning how to get things.
And look at you now.
squared
You're
away.
a pro.
Yeah.
Well, it's much faster than it used to be anyway.
Well, I just want to say I appreciate your Michael Scott harmony.
Good. I appreciate you. I appreciate your person. I appreciate you being my wife,
Oh, thank you.
because you are the best wife in the world and the best friend in the world.
Oh, thank you. You're my best friend too. I love you.
And the person that's saying she loves me is my wife, Dr. Amanda Kinsey Horrell, jacked and tan.
I was going to say, should we introduce her or?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad that you made it here. You had an emergency at the hospital.
Me too. Emergency in the ER.
Yep.
Good place to have an emergency.
That's the best place.
Anyway, it's fun. I like it. Keeps you on your toes, adrenaline. I like it.
Good.
So 25, 26,
21.
21.
Yes.
Sorry, overshot
Wow.
there a little bit.
Yeah.
You can
Finally
drink
able
now.
to drink.
I'm 38.
It's okay.
38.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Knocking on 40's door.
Yeah, it is. Well, I've already kicked that thing in.
40's the new 20, so yeah.
My wife turns 40 in March the 30th.
Does she really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know she was close to 40.
You know she has a tattoo on her foot?
No, I didn't know that Holly had tattoos.
One tattoo on her foot, right on top of her foot, and she hates it. Right, and so we were talking about what are we gonna do for your 40th birthday, and we were like planning this trip. We were like, could you do this New Orleans trip, like just the two of us, leave the kids here? And the other night she said, I think instead of doing a trip, I might go see how much it'll cost to get this tattoo removed.
Oh, I know a guy that does laser.
And so she's got a consultation.
Is it just
Saturday morning to go?
Is it regret of what it is, or having it at all?
It's just there. Like she can, you know how like those shoes that Amanda has on. She's got to walk around with a tattoo right there on her foot. So when she wears like dress shoes and stuff,
Okay,
it's like there and it's visible and annoying. Not that it's ugly at all. But
Yeah.
Anywho, I don't know. There it is, 40th birthday.
who's that guy
Happy
that's talking,
birthday.
Wilson?
Cool.
Huh?
I
What?
said, who's that guy that's talking?
Well, I'm thrown off because I need you to clap again.
Okay.
The computer went on system overload, so it froze up froze up Logic.
Okay, here we go. Oh,
What is that?
Did y'all hear that in the
I did.
headphones?
I hear
I'm
it.
sure it'll stop when he sits down.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go,
Sorry
ladies and
about
gentlemen. We got another clap in.
that. Let me introduce you to the Reverend.
Hello. I've already been talking for a couple minutes. You could just skip right over me if you want.
Oh, can't skip the rev.
He's got his hundo jacket on.
I do. I'm wearing my Tunnel Hill.
You dang right.
You know how many miles? It says it right there, 100-mile run.
In case there's any question.
Just in case.
You need to get another patch and put on the other
Hopefully,
side.
I was wondering if they'd give me another one this year when
Oh,
I go.
yeah.
Well, I
back.
mean, if somebody sees you from the left side, they might miss you.
Oh, that's a good point.
So, or, when Holly goes to get her tattoo taken off her foot, maybe you should get one on your neck that says Hundy.
on my face.
Oh, no.
Instead of a
No,
teardrop, you can have a
well,
one,
no. He should get a teardrop for every hundo
like
he runs.
100.
right under my.
No, he can just
left
try 100 right
left
there.
eye.
100.
If you get past 3, then you can get stars behind your ear.
Ooh.
Yep, we're getting somewhere.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, speaking of legit,
What's up, man?
Big Thirsty.
How you doing?
Brian Swanson behind the camera. Best looking cameraman in the business.
I'm dressed up today.
You're dressed up because we had a business meeting.
We had a very important business meeting.
Yes, we
today.
did. What did we meet about?
We met about the new app.
The Lift Heavy Run Long app. Code name. We can't tell anybody the code
Oh,
name.
yeah,
tell
you
anybody.
have to. I need to know what it is. Can you mute it and tell me what it is? Bleep it out.
We'll let you in.
If there's a code name, I feel like.
There's a code
Need
name
to
for the
know.
project.
Is it named after a fruit?
there is little or no functionality so far in it, but we've got the code running on Wilson's Mac so that he can compile it and sideload it onto his iPhone so that he will be able to test it
So fancy.
as I make progress on the project. We did some source control check-ins and checkouts, and it's pretty exciting. He's got an icon on his phone.
You guys using a code repository and everything?
That's how. Well, that way I don't have to send it to him.
Wow.
Dude,
He
this
just
guy
sent it.
is bugged.
Are you using GitHub?
Using Azure DevOps,
Okay.
which uses Git as the backend.
Okay, y'all are talking another language now.
I held his hand the whole way through. Literally, I pretty much did hold his hand the whole way through, and I'm like, "Do what? Hit what button?"
He's just
Like
not.
where?
He's just not that smart.
Man, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's so cool. It's going to be big, man. This app is a lot of thoughts going into it.
Yeah.
I have some friends, I just have to say, that are noticing that I'm cold, and
Yeah.
they decided to take a nice, warm, happy picture of them having like cheeseburgers and beers.
That's
and,
rude.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so. That's cool.
It's not that. I mean, it's not as bad
I
as.
was going to say it's wrong, but it's not.
Thank you, Dawn,
I don't
Stacy,
blame
and Gary.
Rude.
Man. Well, I'll bring
Anywho.
a heater next time.
It wouldn't be that hard to just have a few heaters out here.
I have a heater in the house. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. I don't know why I've always just felt like that was too much.
Probably because they make noise and it would bleed through
You're
your
right.
microphone.
Oh,
Can't
way to
have
go,
heaters.
Vaughn.
Y'all just going to have to tough it out, man.
Oh, I like your
If-
blankets.
I'm pretty comfortable.
If our
Oh,
podcast guest and
yeah.
friend Ed Thomas can run 78 miles in negative 20-degree weather at the Arrowhead 135,
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
this
you know
week,
you know what
we can
need?
make it through a podcast.
We need some of those. What are they called? Snuggies. The thing with
I
the
have a Snuggie.
blanket with the hood with the LHRL on it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
LHRL Snuggie.
Yeah.
What about a 3-person Snuggie going all the way across?
I think our
Because
guests,
Amanda was wanting to get a Snuggie for her and Charlie. She saw
they make them
person
for
with
a
the
person
dog.
and a dog. Has like 2 little holes like your head, and they have a dog hole head like right here. It's awesome. No, I
Is
think
it
an
our
electric
guests?
blanket would
I'm
be really
sure.
cool out here.
I'm sure our
And
guests
hopefully
would
it's not
love it.
really cool if it's an electric blanket.
I mean, the guests would love to come out into the middle of nowhere to this log cabin studio and get under a blanket.
crawl up underneath the huggy.
I mean,
We
who
sure
would-
Join us in our 3-person Huggy.
Who would not want to do that?
we share a blanket out in this shop.
Vaughn, why are you putting your pants out?
Everybody-
Why are your pants off?
Everybody keep your hands outside of the
Hey,
Snuggie.
this
at all
podcast
times.
is pants optional.
Oh, good times.
I've got good stuff to talk about.
I know you do.
I've got Amanda's birthday. I do want to talk about your birthday.
What is there to talk about my birthday?
It's exciting that it's your birthday. I got you a present in there. You know what I did?
What?
We got you some presents, and I bought a bag, like a gift bag, and I bought the paper stuff that you put in the gift bag.
He's going to hand all that
What's it
to you
called?
so you can
Which-
put your own gift bag
It's
together.
called-
For you to wrap your own
What
present.
is that stuff called?
Tissue.
Tissue paper.
Tissue paper.
And it's a lot harder than it looks.
Oh, yeah.
You got to learn how to fluff it just right. You
I
got to
think I
grab
did
it
it.
and just.
That's what I did. I poked it, pulled it, twisted it.
I think you have to be very liberal with it, like use a lot of it. Like
Yeah.
if you try to use
But I think the skill is, you're doing a good job when you can go far with little.
Okay.
And this is the first time that I felt like I did that. So,
I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
I
Thank
think
you
it
for
will be.
wrapping my present.
I think you'll like it. And seeing as how your love language is gift giving, I worked hard to make sure that I did a good job of it.
Thank you.
And I think we did a good job. So, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm happy it's your birthday.
Wait, your love language, if your love language is gift giving, that means you like giving gifts, not
Right.
getting gifts. Okay.
But it
Yeah.
means a lot to somebody to be spoken to in their love language.
I understand.
Because mine is
just
words of
curious.
affirmation. What is yours, Vaughn?
I have no clue. Probably words of affirmation, if I had to guess.
Nita Martin is watching us on her treadmill.
All
She's
right.
got her run to do tonight. She said that she was excited that we had the podcast because she was going to be on her treadmill
I wonder how long she's
Do we need to
running.
keep a beat for her? Like,
at least an hour.
I'll just do it the whole time.
If she only makes it through a 30-minute run, then obviously we didn't provide very
Enough
good
entertainment.
Oh, not fast enough?
Speed interval.
Okay, rest. 20 seconds.
Do we want to go straight into the reviews right now?
yeah.
Thanks, Wolf, in the comment for catching that. I was thinking it.
Was the Wolfman talking about some reviews?
No, he was commenting on something that was said, and I was going to let it go, but
It was that's what she said. I know
Yes,
it.
sir.
Yep.
Yes,
you got Wolf on the train.
We're not allowed
Now-
to say that here.
Thank you very much. But Wolf is over there instigating it.
Wow.
oh, I already had the thought.
I know you did. I did too. I was thinking while I was talking about bending it and turning it and twisting it.
that wasn't it.
Boot that guy out of the group.
It was, you said, go far with a little.
I thought that as well. Yeah. But that hit too close to home, so I wasn't going to. I was definitely going to jump off. that subject.
what you said.
Good.
So it wasn't really a joke.
I'm pulling the cord.
He's not even laughing. It makes him so mad.
Nita said she made it. She already ran outside, and she's walking on the treadmill now.
Okay.
Outside. All right.
All right.
Well,
Y'all want to do a review?
How many we
please.
We have quite a few because we
We
found
found some.
Yeah, and I don't know if I should read all of them tonight. I want to have some saved up because people won't leave reviews.
make it look like we have a whole lot more
All right.
than we actually do.
Let me do this one. This is from Hello from the Great White North, way up there in Canada, eh?
That's what I'm talking about.
We are new listeners to the Lift Heavy Run Long podcast, but the episodes we have listened to so far have been entertaining and quite often had us belly laughing. The dynamic between these friends and gym workout mates. My wife and I host the Night and Day podcast, and we hope that our listeners find our podcast soon. You know what? It doesn't say find our podcast soon. It says we hope that our listeners find our, and then I just took a screenshot and there's more to it. So
Well,
So I was just going to kind of
okay.
put words into his
That's
mouth.
okay. That's a good podcast. I've been listening to it, and it was funny because they talked about the Make Wads Great Again episode, but they're from Canada.
Oh.
And so he was trying to it's a husband and wife thing, and so he was trying to explain to her, like, okay, so they had this guy on who has this Instagram account called Make Wads Great Again. It used to be CrossFit Trump, and she was like, CrossFit Trump? What is that? And he was like, well, he talks about CrossFit in Trump's kind of manner and voice or whatever. And she was like, Donald Trump doesn't do CrossFit. Like it didn't like register like that it was satire.
That's not where I thought this conversation was going. I thought as Canadians they might have gotten
offended by the snow
Mexican.
That's exactly
That's where I thought the conversation was going.
I did too.
Which I think on some level they would have every right to.
Right.
I think that's close. That was close enough to the line. It was funny.
Anywho,
my wife and I host the Night and Day podcast, and we hope that our listeners find our show as entertaining as we find yours to be. Keep up the great work, guys, and keep producing great content. Cheers, PJ and Alana, co-hosts of Night and Day podcast.
that was very nice.
How's that?
Canada, y'all. We're worldwide.
Canada, y'all.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
Hey. Global. Y'all.
5-star review. Awesome podcast to follow. I've listened to many of their shows on my drive, and they're always great content. The Rev and the Doctor are great hosts, while Beefcake tries to keep them in line. He is great too. Give this one a listen and learn more about the LHRL approach to love, life, and the pursuit of happiness.
Boom.
How about that?
Where'd that one come from?
That came from a guy named Bacon.
Stitcher?
Yes, Stitcher.
All right.
So, we got 2 more to read next week. Y'all remind me of that.
KK.
How old are these?
One of them was from 2 months ago. The other one was brand new.
Okay. I'm glad we didn't leave people hanging too long to hear their...
Well, one of them's from a year ago.
Oh, uh-oh.
But we'll read that. I figured if he's waited this long.
Well, just
If he's
because
still around.
we've been looking at
He's
iTunes.
like, screw it.
We've been looking at iTunes reviews
Yeah.
and not at all of the other multiple platforms
The other 3.
that our
reviews.
podcast is on. So
If you're out there, please leave us a review. Or at least give us 5
And then
stars.
send Wilson an email telling him that you left us a review.
Right. Right. Or send me an email and I'll let you know what to say on the review,
yeah,
if that will help. You know what we got coming up?
Sillamore.
Sillamore.
the greatest time of the year outside of Christmas.
The
Yep.
closest thing there is to an LHRXL experience
You're right.
is Sillamore, because we take the podcast equipment with us.
Yeah, we do. I got
We take
my-
over at least one cabin, if not several cabins.
We got 2 of them this year.
Got 2 cabins. We're going to all pile into a big living room,
Yep.
mic everybody up,
Yep.
talk about whatever comes to mind.
That's why I got my big container here. And hopefully it'll be easy.
There will
Or
there'll probably be alcohol involved.
there will be alcohol involved, I'm sure. And it'll be a good time. I can talk about Sillamore from now until Sillamore. That's all we could talk about on this podcast.
Okay.
I love that race.
I'm down.
I don't know, man. I have got a dislocated ass cheek that runs all the way from my left butt cheek to the inside of my calf. I don't know I can't tell if it's, sometimes I think it's a hamstring. Sometimes I think it's a groin.
There is no single muscle or tendon.
Did you
Is
put
it not your sciatic nerve?
That's what I've been
told.
told is sciatic
Did you
nerve.
try a lacrosse ball?
I did try the knobby roller.
Oh, okay.
I was told to try a lacrosse ball.
Oh.
Sean told me that Sean Hilsden said it was my Pythagoras.
Okay. I
My
know what that, I
Pythagoras.
know what that is.
I have a pulled Pythagoras.
It has to do with math.
I don't remember what the muscle was, but it was something like that. And he said if I would rest it, then it would go away. But he said he wouldn't rest it either, and he knew that I wasn't going to. So that's my excuse for running yet another 10-hour plus Sillamore.
Well, for anybody that's listening that doesn't know what Sillamore is, it is a 50-kilometer race
Or 25K.
in the mountains of Arkansas, or 25K that we go to every year. This will be, I believe, my 9th year.
Will it?
Yep. I'll get my 9th. They give a nice little hoodie every year. You never know what color it is. And this will be my 9th one. I've got them all in the closet.
Are you going to be sad when they have to start repeating colors?
I don't know. Why would they have to repeat colors?
There's only so many colors that they can make a hoodie.
Oh, I don't know.
This year it's going to be purple.
Purple?
I've said purple every year and it never is. Now I liked, because purple's been used, that dark purple has been used, but I like that one that was the gray with the camo bear on there. That's my favorite one. I love that one.
Gray? Yeah, the problem with that one is my hood ripped for some reason, so it looks all janky when I wear it, so I don't wear it a whole lot, but that is a good one.
You just need to go ahead and cut the sleeves and the hood off of that one.
Oh, my God. You just blew my mind. Wow. I would have never. It would look like that dude in Goonies.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes. Sleeves off the sweatshirt.
And he was rad looking.
Oh, man. You guys just wait until tomorrow.
And you could wear a lift heavy run long buff, in lieu of the headband to go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Man,
happening.
that was
You heard it here
that
first,
was clutch
folks.
right there. Yes.
See? I'm helping you out in other ways, too.
Yes. Man.
Were you about to say something?
Negative.
Do you have a goal for Sillamore?
Similar's just fun to
Not
me.
dying.
Yeah, Similar's just fun. As if I don't lose toenails, that's a good race. Last year was my first year to not lose toenails.
Rev?
Well, I would like to run it in 6 hours or less.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you've been training.
I have been training. I've ran it in 6:03 before, so
I want to beat Chris
it
Miller
is
this
possible.
Gonna get Chris Miller going down.
year. I don't even think he's running it, so I think I'm shooting for
I was gonna say,
beating
you
No,
can
I
do
think he is. I think he is.
Damn it.
Yeah. I wish I would have said that.
that. I mean, I feel like
Who's not running it? I want to
feel-
beat them.
I feel like a lot of people are running it.
Yeah.
We always have a big showing.
I feel like the race director of Sillamore should pay us and CrossFit Hit and Run for all the people that we bring to this race. I think we are responsible.
That's why it
for the
sells out
majority of-
in 2.2
Yeah.
seconds.
What's the temperature estimated for this race? Does anybody know?
as-
Is it cold?
No, he doesn't know.
Clap that thing again.
Why?
But I keep getting a system overload on my computer.
Clapper.
But you know what?
Boom. Those are really good claps, Vaughn.
Thank you.
You know what?
Words of affirmation. Just
Chicken
saying.
butt.
We have a backup
We do have backup.
We do.
thing. I wonder if people on Facebook Live can hear when it cuts off on Logic.
Well, we'll find out in a second when somebody says something.
We are so professional.
Nobody has complained thus far.
I mean, if you go on these podcast groups on Facebook, like we know so much more than everybody else. It's amazing.
you got a mouse
what?
in your pocket?
No, what? Maybe. What's it to you? Like, I don't know. Mouse in my pocket.
I don't know. I don't know shit about podcasting. I just show up every week.
Well, I guess I was talking about me and Wilson.
Well, honestly, I don't
Wilson.
feel like I know shit about it either. I feel like I know exactly what I know to produce this podcast.
Go in some podcast Facebook groups and just start reading them. It's like make you feel a lot better.
But I think if somebody laid, like good mechanics, you can just throw a bunch of engine parts on the floor and they can assemble an engine.
Right.
I think if somebody said, here's a bunch of podcast stuff and we need you to make a podcast in the next 2 hours, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
I think you could.
You think?
I
You
think-
are
I think
definitely
you could, yeah.
capable of it. You would probably psych yourself out of it, though.
For sure.
Especially if there was a timeline associated with it.
I'm about to gag just thinking about it.
You're getting all twitchy. I'm going to have to hold you
scenario
down a second and stick your moving.
Came up.
Quick, let's pull everything apart and lay it on the floor. And see what happens.
Watch Wilson just go into convulsions. Oh.
Can we talk about bougie?
Let's talk about bougie.
Boogie
Bogey.
is the term.
Bogey.
Did we decipher whether
I think
the term?
Brian spelled it wrong, to be perfectly
There,
honest.
Ask-
there
ask the
are
audience.
there are differing viewpoints on how it's properly spelled, but it's either Boogie or Bougie.
Well, again, not everyone follows us on Facebook, so
Right.
not everybody knows what we're talking about.
I posted
So-
a picture last night of being at the Collierville Town Cinema, Malco Collierville Town Cinema, which has reclining chairs. They also have a bar and grill outside of the theaters that when you go and order, you can have your food delivered to your chairs in the theater. So I took a picture of me and my girlfriend sitting with our feet up and the platters in front of us that were delivered, and it was kind of awesome. And I said, living the bougie life.
Bougie.
Correct.
All right. And I saw it, and I thought, well,
You thought Thirsty's doing the doogie.
when I read it, I was like Buggy, because that's how you spell Dougie, right? And I knew kind of immediately what you were trying to say, and but I thought, well, I like to have fun on the internet, so I thought, well, I'll just pretend like I don't know what he's talking about, and I'll be like, I don't know what Buggy is, but it looks like you're having a great time. And so then I went and actually looked up the definition of buggy, Bougie, whatever. And it says, it has this definition. It's like some sort of instrument that you use to open up body parts or something.
Yeah, I saw that you insert into a
I
cavity.
was like, oh, wow, this is great. And so then I just made a GIF and went away. But, but anyway, it was pretty funny. But I was told years ago.
Thin, flexible surgical instrument for exploring or dilating a passage of the body.
That's what it looked like.
So I was like, really? You didn't spell the word bougie?
Urban
Bougie,
Dictionary spells it the way I do.
Okay.
Pronounced
They do.
bougie.
Boo.
It's a hacked truncation of the word bourgeois, which refers to a middle class in Europe.
Well, there you go. Vindicated. Anywho, it was funny.
Merriam-Webster says it's a wax candle.
A wax candle. Okay. Kind of goes into the instrument for...
Wiktionary says bougie. Chiefly African-American vernacular slang, usually derogatory, behaving like or pertaining to people of a higher social status, middle-class bourgeois people, sometimes
That's what I learned
carrying
it as.
That's what I was talking about.
sometimes
And
carrying connotations of fakeness, elitism, or snobbery. I
Yes.
was definitely being snob.
And I was definitely told years ago that I should not use that word because it was
by an
derogatory.
African American.
By one of
But
my
this
friends.
is 2019.
It is. It's totally different
Boom.
because nobody's offended anymore.
Yeah, right.
So now,
That's exactly what I was.
now you can just say whatever you want.
Yep. Now with the internet, I mean, thank God it came around.
Right?
Jacob,
To toughen everybody's skin.
It's like everybody is just tough as nails.
Jacob Davison has provided a alternate spelling of Boujee as well.
I like
Okay.
that. I like that because when I tried to spell it, it was boogie, like
Boogie Nights.
boogie nights, and then I couldn't get bougie out of that
Oh boy.
at all. So that's good. Should we talk about anything fitness related?
Lifting heavy. The guys never talk about lifting.
Where
weights.
are we in regards to? Are you a lifter or a runner, or where are you in your fitness journey right now, Jack and Tan?
I'm fitting this whole pizza in my face.
I am recovering from an injury, so I'm more running than I am really lifting right now.
Pro running.
But the goal was starting January 1st was going to be completely lifting and not running at all. But that kind of changed when I got hurt in December.
Reverend?
I'm all of the above.
Yep.
I'm really kind of getting on like a CrossFit kick now that CrossFit's kind of going away or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like I want to
You're going to keep it cool single-handedly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like I want to do like I just want to do like the named workouts and make up named workouts. Mm-hmm. They have like box jumps and kettlebell swings and fun shit. You know, I just want to do that all the time. And
Thirsty?
yeah.
Could you repeat the question?
Where are you at? Where your fitness? What are you doing? You running?
It's-
You CrossFitting? You lifting? You nothinging?
If I have
you
to pick
fitness?
something-
you loving. The man is loving.
I'm loving.
That's what he do.
If I have to pick something, I would say I'm running because I'm not CrossFitting at all other than coaching. I did my first trail run last weekend to start prepping for Sillamore. I'll go out every weekend between now and Sillamore just trying to build up mileage. But
You don't have many more weekends left.
I know. Not putting a whole lot of effort into it. So it should be an awesome Sufferfest.
I'll be there for you. If you just want to hang around.
Here's a
I'll be
question.
there for you.
Is it possible to be like a regular CrossFit class coach and also regularly work out?
No.
What,
Is
what do
it
you
possible to be a coach and is it possible to coach regularly
No,
and also
possible.
work out?
Not possible. Is it a challenge to be a regular CrossFit class coach where you coach classes like 3 or 4 classes a day, 2 to 4 classes a day, and every day of the week, and also work out yourself?
I think it just depends on your motivation, and that's my problem right now. Is I'm just lacking in motivation.
If I
could go back 6 months and unregister for all the races that I've got registered, I would consider it.
Can you put that feature on the app, like an unregistered button?
Oh no! Once you've given money, you're in. You're in. You can't have it back.
My theory is all the muscles in your brain that you use to make you go to the gym and you work out are also the same muscles that you use to coach a class. So if you coach a class, then your muscles are tired and you're not going to work out anymore.
Well, here's my thought. My thought
That's
is
coming from a guy who's never coached a class.
Most of us are not full-time CrossFit coach. Most people aren't full-time CrossFit. It's not what they do for a living, I don't think. But no, I would pick classes to coach where I would normally go to the gym because that's when I'm most motivated. Like you're not going to, you won't catch me coaching 4, 5, and 6 p.m. because I'm afternoon. I'm like, so, but at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm more inclined to be like excited.
Yeah, but if you're coaching, then you're not working out.
That's my point.
So
It's
I've
hard
learned,
to coach and work out, is what he's
I
saying.
have learned finally that so I coach 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. if I don't have to be at work at 6:30. I have to go at 6 p.m. when I get off work. And I don't like it because 5 a.m. is one of my
But that's a
jam
challenge,
is.
right?
But it is a
You have to
challenge. But I've
you have to-
started doing it.
You have to talk yourself
I
into
do.
going at 6 p.m. I cannot go.
I do.
If I get off work at 5:30, I can't go to the gym.
I mean, it's a pretty big struggle. Once I get there and do it, you feel fine. But it's making myself drive from work to the gym versus taking the exit to go home. But it's been hard. Like at first, I'd be like, well, Wednesday is just going to be my rest day because I'm not going to
Right.
go. But I've finally started.
I want to go back and make a correction. I made a joke and said now that CrossFit's going away. CrossFit's not going away. Someone's going to eat me up for that. I just meant it as a joke because regional is going away and everybody's up in arms about it.
Nobody's going to eat you up because nobody's there.
Nobody's
Everybody
listening to
CrossFit
anything
Nobody's
that
listening.
I say.
gone away.
Nobody cares about anything you say.
I am going I've been pretty consistent on my CrossFit lately because I go to CrossFit classes. But the only reason I'm going to CrossFit classes is to bench press and curl.
There you go. I love it.
So
We don't
geeked.
do that in CrossFit classes.
That's why I go
Well,
to the
he
room
does.
next door.
He does.
Yes, I
Well,
do.
I know he does.
And it's I don't know why I haven't been doing this for
Well,
years.
here's the deal, man. The gym that you go to has like world class equipment.
Man,
That's
I had
in
never
that room
touched
for
it.
you to use.
I'd never
That-
touched
yeah.
it. And I got down on that bench press and was like, God dang. I mean, that thing's got to be a $5,000 bench.
Yeah,
Just
it
the
is.
just the stand that you get up on
Yeah.
is nicer than any like automobile rack that you get.
That's
put your
funny.
feet
I've,
on.
I've never used any of that equipment either. Every time I was doing any kind of bench pressing or anything, I would just pull one of our benches out on the other side.
It makes a world of difference.
Not only that, but on the other side, there's like all this Eleiko weightlifting gear and equipment that like I just like, man, somebody needs to be in there using that.
Yeah. And
So-
all I want to do is every movement that would make like the most CrossFit pure of heart vomit. Like my hope would be that in a year I can't even like touch my hands together
Because you're so swole.
just because
so
I'm all swole. And
Okay.
Everybody got a Band-Aid because I am cut.
just uncomfortable looking. Like, God, is that all that guy does is bench press? Like, I bet he can't do a burpee. And I'll be like, no, I can't. Because all I do is bench press.
I'm allergic to iron because I'm all swole up.
That's where I am.
Call me,
Man, where do you come up with this?
call me peanut butter because I'm jelly.
It's so horrible. It's so bad. It's funny and it teeters on the edge of uncomfortable.
That's what we call dad jokes.
I'm allergic to
grown
iron
work.
because I'm swole. I'm swole because I'm allergic to iron. That's horrible. That is horrible.
He's got a card over there. He's got these written down on.
Nope.
He carries it around in his pocket.
We need to start a Sunday Brofest.
Okay.
Why?
I mean, you're welcome to do
You're
it.
one of the bros.
total
Dr. Bro.
You've always been one of the bros.
All right, thanks.
And you would love bench pressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to make that a thing. Me and Brittany did it last week, and we were like killing it. And it was awesome.
You just want to go in there and
I thought y'all were just sitting around talking.
get your pump
What
on?
are you talking about? Sitting around talking.
That's what a bro fest is. It's like do 3 reps, stand there for 20 minutes, do 3 reps,
'Cause I went
stand
over
there
and did
for
a wad,
10
and they were
minutes.
like over there
mirrors
kinda-
in there. I'll put some mirrors in there and we can
Some mirrors.
go.
Amanda was over there like being all facing the wall and being all intense and
I did a
angry in her
CrossFit
workout.
wad.
And me
I
and,
did the wad.
and me and Brittany were over there doing what you do when you're bench pressing, which is talking a lot, and sometimes we.
Smack each other in the face.
That's right.
Put your
few
head
holes
through
in
the
the
wall.
I like that we went and had a steak after that. That was
And
nice.
then go eat steak, and that's
Nice.
what you're supposed to do without really breaking a sweat.
And eggs.
Yep. So we need to make that a thing, a Sunday thing.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm telling you to do it because
Oh,
I
you
don't
want
want to
me to
mess
do
with
it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. You have a stronger voice. It's your gym.
I do have a stronger voice sometimes.
Man, you don't know how many people just look up to you.
I don't.
Well, they do.
You're right.
And if you tell them to go somewhere, they will. And you need to tell people to get in on the open. You
I
need
do
to start
need to do
pushing
that.
that.
I do. I do.
You
need
want
to
me
do
just
that.
to tell you what you need to do?
Why
all
don't
the
you just
time?
hand your phone to
Can I
Wilson
just give you my?
and let Wilson start
Let's just
handling
give
your
you
social
my
media so he can use your
social media
brand.
manager?
He can use your brand to spread the good word of the Reverend,
Right.
the gospel according to
I
the
mean,
Rev.
don't you think that I've made enough good decisions in
That's a
my
good
life to be able to
podcast
make
name.
all the decisions for?
Oh, for
There
sure.
you go.
the
Good
gospel? The
Absolutely.
gospel according to Vaughn. That should be
right.
your
To
new
the Rev.
podcast.
That is a pretty good.
Yeah.
I already got a name for it.
Oh,
What is
okay.
Find My Way.
There you go.
I loved it. Yeah. That,
Bougie nights.
I'm gonna go ahead and. I'm gonna, hey,
Nice.
listen. Hey,
That's good.
I'm gonna reel you in for a second. Andrew in our group.
He's an
our
LHRL ambassador.
Yeah.
This guy's brilliant.
Yeah, he is.
Like when I was talking about, I was like, "Hey guys, I want to do this podcast thing where I kind of interview people about what makes them successful, like and what things they did to change, whatever. It doesn't matter." But I just posted on our little Slack channel. This guy comes back. He's got a name based off a 9 Inch Nails song that is awesome. Like I should pay that guy. Like, what does he do? He should be doing marketing for a living because, like, I just lobbed it up and he like knocked it out of the park.
It's awesome.
And he's also done some giveaways for the.
He's a really good writer. He's
Yes.
a really good photographer. He's a really good sound guy, and he's just really creative. But you know what? That whole ambassador group is like that's a pool of creativity.
Oh, it is. It really is.
Well, and love and goodness too.
Yeah.
Yeah, talent. I mean, it's
A
just
lot of talented
talent.
people, but also just a lot of people that are ready to lift you up and keep you motivated.
we're very fortunate to have that group.
And I meant to post it in the ambassador group. I posted it to y'all, but y'all never commented on it. And you know,
Oh, the map.
not the map, the Fire Festival. Did you watch the
Oh, I didn't
documentary
see it. I
on
haven't
the Fire
watched.
Festival?
I haven't watched it yet.
Sorry,
I
I've been meaning to comment on that.
I really
I have
want to
not
watch
seen the
it now.
documentary. I heard what a dumpster fire the whole thing was like a year ago or whenever the whole thing was
Yes.
happening. I heard what a dumpster fire it
Yeah, I
was. So
heard
the
that story
documentary
too.
should be pretty interesting.
So I was heating up my food in the kitchen the other day, and they had a update that dudes in prison or whatever, they're going after the models that were on the commercial and Kylie Jenner.
Okay, I saw some. I
Wow.
didn't hear what they were saying, but I saw something about that.
They've struck up an investigation to go further with them because they were promoting the purchase of these tickets, and it was falsifying advertisement.
Well, there's
Falsified advertising.
also some beef because Hulu did the same documentary that Netflix did, or something, or was it HBO?
About the Fire Festival?
Yeah, they
I
both-
heard there's two of
they
them.
did.
Oh.
There's two. Like it's either Hulu or HBO and Netflix, and they're like butting heads legally because they both basically made the same documentary.
Well, the people of the Fire Festival pretty much had all the footage for the documentary because when they were doing the marketing for it, they said they just spent days down there drinking and partying and all these yachts and with these supermodels. And that's what they put out there. You know, for $10,000, you're going to get this life. And then you get there and basically you get a hurricane shelter tent, you know, in my backyard.
In the middle of the desert or something.
With no water. And I mean, it's crazy, but I was thinking about the LHRL experience going like that the whole time. And me being like already invested into it, being like, we'll be fine. Like, just keep putting money into it. Like, we'll be okay.
If Netflix makes a documentary about it, it all works out in the end, right? Sure. Let's just sell the rights.
Our name out there.
You need to watch it. You need to watch it tonight.
Okay.
That
Yeah, I'm just going to continue telling you what you need to do all the time.
I need people to tell me what to do.
I'll email you an itinerary
yes.
of how you need to run your life.
To-do
For anybody
list.
listening, for $14.99 a month.
That's gonna be part of the app.
I'll be your life coach.
We'll
Valerie Hunt's the
publish.
trainer. Wilson Horrell's life coach.
Yeah, we'll put your itinerary together for you every day inside the app.
It's not even a life coach. It's just like, here's what you have to do.
Just a guy that tells you what to do.
Shut up and do this.
Put my face. Hey.
You're like that guy on the computer. Was it Jurassic Park where the guy's trying to hack in the computer and the little face comes up?
That's not the right password. I love that movie. The Ted Bundy thing on Netflix is really good too. Just saying.
Speaking of Ted.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, here we go.
My brother, Ted Horrell, who's got a website, tedhorrellmusic.com, and a band, the Ted Horrell and the Monday Night Card. Extremely talented musician.
I think you're about to play a theme song.
You think so? What would make you think that?
Do you have the ability for everyone to hear it?
He's about
Or
to
do
hold
we
it
have
up
to-
to his mic.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I ran it through the system, and it just wasn't loud enough.
Oh, okay.
So, are y'all ready?
We're ready.
We're ready. Okay, let's do this.
It's time.
Hypotheticals. It's not hard, it's super easy. Hypotheticals. It's so fun, it's oh so cheesy. Hypotheticals. Your cousin Ben and your best friend Weezy.
It's time.
Hypotheticals.
That was badass.
How awesome is
If
that?
I could have made it myself, that's exactly what it would have sounded like. Oh,
I love it, man.
That is amazing.
I asked him, I said, I need something super cheesy for this hypotheticals. And we grew up
Can
watching
you send it to me? I want to listen to it on the way home.
David Letterman and Paul Schaefer. And I was thinking in my head, like, it would be cool just to get a guitar and strum it out. And then I thought, he's not going to do it like that. He's going to voice over it, and he's going to master it, and he's going to make it right.
Nice.
So that's what you get. TedHorrellmusic.com. Ted Horrell,
So
Monday
in
Night
future episodes, you'll just like splice that in. We'll give like 10 seconds of dead air
No, I
And
think
you
I'll
just
just keep
splice
holding
that
it up to the mic.
to make it extra cheesy.
I think that works just as well. I really
Make
do.
it extra
You,
cheesy.
you should get one of those megaphones, put that up to the mic, and then put that onto the megaphone.
I'm thinking
Oh,
that's
Ted just commented. He says, "I'm famous now." It's been nice knowing y'all.
I'm thinking that's as good as it gets. Did the people, could they hear it pretty well?
You just asked them.
Nobody's commented, so I'll let you know when they catch up to that question.
All right. Well, I got the theme music. Thank God I have some hypothetical questions because it's
Right.
time to play.
Now you're gonna have to step up your
Hypotheticals.
game.
My
Now
game-
that we've just stepped up.
This
the
game
theme
can
music.
only go so high. I mean, my problem is I peaked too early.
This guy's imagination is out the roof. I'm serious.
Yeah, we can continue.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry. We're going places. Hypothetical is going. And it's going to bring me to a topic I want to talk about anyway.
That could,
we
be,
didn't
that
even,
could be part of the app too. We could post a hypothetical question that everybody has to answer.
yeah, we can.
And then we could actually give the results as part of the show after you ask each of us.
And the best answers gets points for the app.
People can vote for
can use-
the answer they
vote
like the
for
most.
the right.
And
Like
they
on
win a
Woot.
prize.
Do y'all ever get on Woot to shop or anything? They like at
Oh,
Woot.
Yes, absolutely.
They ask like a question and it's like a stupid question. People just go in and vote and it just shows who. Yeah, I like that. So, sorry. Okay. And your question is.
You're hijacking the hypothetical.
Sorry.
It's so fun. It's super easy. Hypothetical. Super fun. It's super cheesy. Okay. We're going to start with you, Doc.
Okay.
You ready?
That's what I'm going to be.
Okay. Would you rather live in Disney World
Yes.
all the time? Listen, live in Disney World.
Vaughn just said yes. He doesn't even care. Sorry. Sorry, Wilson.
What? I didn't say
wait.
anything.
This question's not for me. Sorry. I thought it was all
All
about
right,
me.
everybody, hush it up. Doc, this one's you. Would you rather live in Disney World all the time, but you must run the Dopey Challenge every week, but you have everything for free at the park, but you can never leave the park? Or you can live on site with 2 free days a week at Disney, but you can never leave or exercise?
I would run the Dopey every week.
Or would you just pay to go to the park like usual?
Well, I'm not. People are going to fall over, but I wasn't that impressed with Disney, so I wouldn't really want to live there at all. I probably just destroyed every person's soul, but
She doesn't. She doesn't.
This
She
one's
doesn't
gonna
mean
be
it.
on you,
listeners. She does not. She doesn't mean it. She doesn't.
I would
know.
rather
She's-
go to Universal.
We'd like to take that back.
Yeah, see,
we
that's the
apologize for
problem.
any...
She was not impressed with Disney because she knew Harry Potter was calling to her from Universal.
I did.
That's
I had
so
to wait till the last day to go too.
She was. That's why she wasn't into it. It's not that Disney's not awesome. It's not that she didn't love it. She just had something that she wanted to love more.
The views and opinions of Amanda Horrell
do not represent any of the other people on
I know
my
that Vaughn
Left Hand
loved
Run Long
Disney.
What?
podcast. Vaughn, this one, do you
goodness.
understand the question?
But
You
I
want me
would
to read
run
it?
Dopey every week.
You would do it every week.
Yeah.
And
It'd get easier and easier as you ran it every
Would
week.
you like to just live there all the time? You can't
Can I
leave.
live in the
I
castle?
mean, my choice was to live there all the time on either one of those choices.
Okay.
So if I'm going to live there all the
Alright.
time.
No, you're there. The third choice was, would you just choose to pay and go when you want to? Just keep existing.
Oh. No, yeah, I would just choose to pay
Like if
when I want
somebody
to go.
gave you those
Just
two
do the
options, would you
normal
take one
thing.
of them, or would you just say, "Nah, I'm good"?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Final answer.
All right. So,
You need me to read it again?
just to be clear, I have the option of running the Dopey Challenge every week.
Yeah.
Okay, which means I'm going to run a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and a marathon every single week, and I can go to Disney World as much as I want.
and everything's free.
Not only do you go there as much as you want, you're there.
It's free.
You're stuck there.
It's
But
free, and I live there.
You can't leave there ever.
Okay. Or the other option is I can live there, never work out, and I only get to go twice a week.
You get 2 free days at Disney, but that's all you can do. You can go to Disney, but the rest of the time you got to stay in your apartment, and do
Gotta
nothing.
Stay in you're in your castle.
You
Inside
got a
the moat.
TV, and you have Instagram.
And
I'm
you're
going to
not
make
allowed to
an
work out.
attempt. I'm going to make an attempt to do the Dopey every week, I think, and
Okay.
go as much as I want.
All right,
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
but there's no backing out. Like you're already there.
I was there like 3 seconds ago.
Thirsty.
I'm doing Dopey.
Doing the Dopey. You'd be down for that.
I'd be
You
doing
think you could stay at Disney all the time?
I was thinking it'd be harder to run a marathon every week.
I think it would be hard to be at Disney all the time.
No, I could do that. I could live inside.
I'll bet you that it would take years, because I'm assuming because I live there that I've got like full access to do whatever I want,
Right,
and so
right.
I would like explore different buildings, backlots, like new construction areas, like the different resorts. I mean, I could spend, it's like
That's a good
Groundhog
point.
Day. It's like Groundhog Day. You get to wake up every morning and get to do something different.
And
even though
everybody
you're in
would
the
want
exact same
everybody would
place.
want to come and see you. It's like, hey man, I live in Disney World now. Come and see me. And they're like, okay.
Yeah, and take
You'd be
your
like,
friends
"Hey."
around to your favorite things and the new thing you discovered and the thing that nobody else knows about. Yeah, I could totally do that.
Okay.
Yeah. You just got to run a marathon every week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just knock it out on Sunday morning.
He didn't say how long it could take me. It's not like I have to run a 4-hour marathon every
No.
week.
You got to
The
run a
cutoff's 7
7-hour
hours.
marathon every week. It's got to be within the Dopey limits. All right, this is a good one.
You should let somebody else tell you that.
You are. Hold on, let me get myself hyped up. Man, I'm really good at this. This is a good
Play
one.
the song again. Play the song again.
You are. You are offered an accurate prediction of where you will be in 20 years' time. You won't have the ability to alter the future that they tell you. Would you want to hear it?
Yes.
That's a good one. I don't know.
That is a good one, isn't it? I didn't come up with that one. I went to the internet for it.
I mean, it is what it's going to be, right? So if they tell me that's what it's going to be anyway, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if they tell you that's what it's going to be, yes. But don't you like kind of the
Man,
knowledge that you can change it?
Like I could take this to a whole philosophical level
So
that God's already
if
got
they
a
tell
plan
me
for you.
that
And this
I'm
has
gonna be
already been
somewhere-
decided.
yeah.
And that you're really this is actually a reality. It's just whether or not you get to know what the end's going to look like or not, or what 20 years is going to look like
So
or not.
you're
And
saying you
Right.
don't believe in free will, or you do believe in free will?
I bet I've got some acid around here somewhere that's left over.
So
We can figure this thing out. 30 minutes.
I don't know, because what if I don't like that answer and then I'm stuck with it?
Yeah.
But then again, if
yeah,
it's,
then it's 20 years of suffering.
Yeah, of
knowing
thinking
that
about
that's the
it.
moment.
Trying
No.
to change
I
what's
don't
not
want-
going to change.
no,
But
I
are
don't
we
want
doing
that.
that anyway? How many of us spend our lives trying to change what's never going
Yeah,
to
and
change?
that's why I
in the
said
first
that's
place?
that. And so, Vaughn, I was not weighing in either way. I was giving
I know,
the
I'm-
philosophical.
yeah, the
aspect of it.
predestination thing where it's all planned out. God's got it all planned out no matter what you do. I don't want to know.
Don't want to know.
Nope. I've done this good this far for 38 years. I'm pretty good for another 20, I guess.
That's right.
I already know. I don't want to know.
Don't want to know.
Don't want to know.
Thirsty.
I think I'd pass. Yeah, I'd rather not know.
All right. Here's the last question. This isn't really a hypothetical, but I guess it is. What would you do if you could do anything starting from scratch with pay not being a concern or an ability? Right now, they said, Vaughn, the rest of your life is taken care of financially, but you have to go to work every day from 8 to 5 doing something.
Okay.
You don't even have to be good at it, but pick something that you believe that you want to do. What would that be?
I would go right back to when I left my full-time job 5 years ago and do the exact same thing that I did all over again.
Which was?
Open a gym.
Oh, would you
Start
really?
this podcast.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a pretty profound statement.
Money not being an issue. That's what you.
Money not being an issue, that's a no-brainer.
Amanda. That's a pretty good answer. I wonder how many people can say that. Probably not many. Let's say I've already done
I'm
that.
struggling. I have two equal things. I'd either be an ER doctor or a cardiothoracic surgeon. But if I didn't know what I was doing, somebody probably wouldn't want to go to me as a cardiothoracic surgeon for open heart surgery.
Well, but you won't really kill them. I mean, you get to practice
Just
that all
kind
the
of kill
time.
them and then
People would be
Just
watching
learn on
out
the
for
job.
you. Yeah, I mean that's part of the question is that you can be bad at it, but I mean you still be passionate about learning it. So you don't necessarily have to be a good one. They would just keep you on the cadavers longer than most people,
okay.
like forever.
I like cadavers. That was my favorite class in pharmacy school.
Ooh.
Gross anatomy was awesome. I guess I would be the cardiothoracic surgeon.
Okay, Thirsty. What would you do?
That's a tough one. I don't know. My off the cuff answer is probably something nonprofit related. I've really enjoyed the stuff that I've done with nonprofits over the last 10, 20 years. So money not being an issue, I would probably start or run a nonprofit or become a consultant to nonprofits to help other nonprofits be successful with whatever their mission is.
Interesting.
Give Camp's coming.
Yep.
After Sylamore, I'll be there.
Yep.
I signed up to volunteer.
Did you tell all your coworkers about it?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So you're pretty involved with nonprofit anyway, huh?
Yeah. I guess 9-ish years ago, I helped start an event in Memphis. It was a national movement already, started by a guy at Microsoft, but I brought the event to Memphis, Give Camp Memphis. We bring together technology professionals like programmers, database administrators, designers, all that kind of stuff, to do work for nonprofits over a 48-hour weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody shows up on Friday afternoon, and the charities show up and have their projects, and we work on them all weekend long. And then Sunday afternoon, we show off the work that was done, and everybody goes their own ways. What happens at Give Camp stays at Give Camp, so nobody's obligated to continue working on it afterwards. But
I'm
nonprofits are super happy with the results. We've never had a nonprofit that wasn't happy with how their project ended up.
Man,
And
I
I
bet
think-
that's a
Well, I'm
meeting
going to
of
be
the
there this
minds.
weekend, so I might mess
Yeah,
it
it
all
is.
up for you.
And it's
So y'all can bang out some serious.
I mean, at this point,
work.
we've done.
Vaughn will be
I
the first
can't
guy to
remember.
ever piss off.
I like burn the whole place down.
I can't remember what the number,
invited
the exact
that guy?
number is, but it's basically
invited that guy.
it's basically over like $1.5 million worth of work for nonprofits in Memphis.
You would not be bougie.
Who's that dude with the sweatshirt with the sleeves cut off, and the hood cut off?
Why did you bring a barbell
That
with
keeps
him?
saying bougie and doing deadlifts. What's wrong with that guy? I'm in the unique position of sort of having that come at me right now, in that I've done the same. I've had my own business for 16 years, and that's dwindling to an extent, but it's too much. It's in too good a shape to get rid of,
Sure.
but it's not enough volume to keep me busy all the time. So I need to find a part-time job or a path or something that interests me. I guess it doesn't have to interest me if it paid me, but I think that the idea of finding something new to do is fun, but I don't have any idea what that is. And it's when you get in that position, you really start doubting yourself and question yourself, like, what am I good at, or what would I be able to do, or I'm not good enough to do this, or I'm good enough to do that.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically the guidance counselor question that you get asked in high school. If you didn't have to worry about money, what would you do? And whatever your answer is, that's what you should go do, because that's probably what you're passionate about and that kind of thing. So
They asked you, is that pretty standard operating
it used to be.
procedure?
I don't know if it is now.
I don't remember going to see my guidance counselor. They sent me straight to the principal.
Do you want to go and work for somebody else, or do you want to be in charge?
I would love to be in charge, but I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, I know exactly what you need to do.
What?
You need to open one of these podcast studios where people rent time from you, and they come in and do their podcast, and they leave with audio. And
That's an interesting
you have an
idea,
I'm
really.
telling you, yes.
There's one of them at Crosstown.
There's one at Crosstown, but I think you could do it like in a cool way where, you would be the best one in
Like they
town.
just come here and do their stuff?
Not here.
No, you-
This
No,
this,
you'd
this
get like
location would not work.
you'd get like a retail space, somewhere, and you'd set up like 2 or 3 different studios maybe where people could come in and close the door and they could do the recording, and once they're done, you hand them a tape or a CD or a Dropbox link or whatever, and they walk
Yeah.
away with a done podcast.
That was a pretty damn good idea to come up with off the cuff.
Oh, well, I've been thinking about it
Yeah.
a lot. But I think you would be good at something like that. Like,
Huh.
I don't know.
What I'm into is the computer programming, but the problem is I don't know anything about it. I'm just so
Well, you could sit
Far
around and learn
behind.
computer programming and stuff while you're running your little studio.
yeah. While they're just forget to hit record, I'll be like, oh,
Hit
damn it.
record, and then you're like, oh,
Just keep going. You don't have to pay. It's fine. I'm busy working on this.
So
Is that
can
how
you go to
it's gonna work?
school for that, or you just go to a job and start being an IT guy?
I don't know. I was asking Swanson earlier. I was like, is there
There's
somebody
there's
that
a
just-
couple schooling options. The biggest challenge that he has right now is that there's nothing soon.
Oh.
Like probably June or September are the 2 earliest dates.
what about like stuff like Code Academy or something? Could you,
Well, I
like,
think he's already doing something
Yeah,
like Code
I'm
Academy.
doing Udemy classes
Yeah.
and hacking with Swift and the walkthroughs. But
But
I
he
asked Brian.
wants-
I said, "Is there anybody out there that just wants somebody to be their bitch that just does what they want?" And then I told him, I said, "I wouldn't want to take on that for somebody else."
Yeah, I don't think so.
Somebody was like, "Do you want my son to come and just ask you a bunch of ignorant questions that doesn't know anything about what he's doing all day?" I'd be like, "No, don't bring him here. Like, I'll pay you not to bring your son here." So I'm that son. Anyways, we'll figure it out.
I don't know. That was a weird analogy. I don't know that I agree with that one, but whatever.
What else y'all got? We're about out of time. We are out of time.
We are at
2
a time,
minutes.
aren't we? Wow, that was fast.
So what color sweatshirt do you think Sylamore's going to be?
Let's put it on record. Okay, I'm gonna go with pink.
Purple and yellow.
1 year it's gonna be pink, and I'm gonna be right.
So I don't know what all the colors it's been already. So
brown,
royal blue,
light blue, royal blue, gray.
purple.
Has there been
Silver.
a yellow or a gold one?
There has not been I've not had a yellow one.
I'm going to go with gold then.
Yep. That would be good.
I want to play this one more time. just 'cause
Lilac.
Play it one more time.
I'm going with lilac.
Let's
this year.
close it out with
We're going to close it out with something special. We're going to close it out with
It's time.
Hypotheticals. It's not hard, it's super easy. Hypotheticals. It's so fun and it's also cheesy. Hypotheticals. Your cousin Ben and your best friend Weezy.
It's time.
Hypotheticals.
Boom.
Lift Heavy
Podcast.
Run Long number 132 is in the books.